I'm going to give you either $1, €1, piece of Bitcoin, or gold. Yeah. Which one are you going to take?
I'm going to take the dollar.
Of course you are.
Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and that was Alex Holmes, the CEO of MoneyGram. He's a definite fiat guy. All right, in this video, I'm going to share with you the House of Lords in the UK. They've published a document on the digital pound, and yes, you'll be able to see Ripple's contribution and what they said about XRP. And SBI, well, SBI Japan does it again, making XRP, Bitcoin, and Ethereum a reward. And this time it is an industry first. And India, finally, some good news. Woohoo! I just can't wait to share that one. And a big article on attorney John Deaton, the non-US XRP investors petitioning the congressional investigation of the SEC. Well, people are starting to pay attention. And finally, a Ripple employee, the employee that's leading discussions with policymakers in the Asian Pacific region. There's a very good interview out there that's been published. And then, yeah, a little fluff. So, all right, let's go. Okay, let's start with SBI Holdings here in Japan because they had their financial results for the 9th-month period ending December 31st, 2021. And it is before the consolidation of this Shinsei Bank. And the reason why you want to know about Shinsei Bank is that there was a takeover bid of this bank. It was a little messy. Mr. Kitao doesn't like to use the word hostile takeover. He actually criticized the media for saying that. Well, I can't say that it was just not hostile, but yeah, it was a little bit of a problem. They didn't really want to go into the arms of SBI, but it has happened. And because it has happened, it really does bring Mr. Kitao that much closer to realizing his vision of creating a fourth mega bank in Japan. They really do bring a lot to the table. So if you want to take a look at the presentation, which is really just packed full of so much of their business, 180 pages. You can find the link to it in my Twitter feed. But I want to just point out this one page here in the deck. It is talking about the SBI group, how they are, establishing an overwhelmingly advanced digital ecosystem in a vast range of business domains beyond finance to respond to the accelerating changes in society in the digital space. And they use this phrase, from ripples to a big tidal wave. I can tell you words mean something, and Japanese have a manner to communicate in a very indirect way. This is so Japanese. I think this word ripples is in there intentionally. And so, yeah, if you are not one to like getting through all that written material, you can listen to the English translation, the audio, and I have that link to the English audio on my Twitter feed as well. Now, this is what SBI is doing. It's another first in the industry. This is a new campaign, and he is giving away Bitcoin, Ethereum, or XRP if you trade on the SBI Forex trading site. So these giveaways are amazing. I mean, he is just the king of synergy, and he believes in driving that mass adoption of crypto assets, but also too utilizing all of his properties to spread that crypto in as many corners of the use cases as possible. It's very exciting. All right, we are going to now jump to something. If you want to yield farm while you're hodling, I have something to share with you. I've been pleasantly surprised at the APYs that I'm getting out of BitTrue. I'm currently in a 30-day lockup with some of my XDC and my BTR, and we are looking at rewards that have 35 and 40+% APYs. Really amazing. And you can see here that on the 29th of January, they started the yield farming for XRP and XLM. Unfortunately, XRP is sold out. However, today on their Twitter feed, they asked if people were interested in another XRP pool. And I think, of course, a lot of people responded absolutely. So with the current pool, they had a 15-day lockup. And I would think if they put another pool together, we could see that maybe on the 13th of this month. So you want to keep your eye out for that, because a 25% APY on XRP while you're hodling is fantastic. Here's something else that is fantastic. That's India is going to place a 30% tax on crypto income. What that means is they recognize it as being legal and they are not going to ban it. Yeah, finally, right? I think they have discovered that they don't want to give up that revenue stream. And when you take a look at some chatter that's going on Twitter, Leah Halpern said, why 30% tax though? Well, in Japan, the tax rates on crypto gains depend on individual incomes, but the highest earners here can be taxed up to 55%. Yes, it is too high. And I did learn that people in the Twitter activity to my reply said that Australia is at a similar rate, somewhere in the neighborhood of 45%. But the one country that shocked me, and that I would love to find out if this is true, somebody said that France is being taxed at 70%. Is that possible? That just seems insane. Let me share this article with you. This is very good. Interoperability is key. This is Ripple's Rahul Advani, and he discusses the CBDCs and regulation. He is talking to policymakers in the Asia Pacific region. And listen to this. He thinks that it is fairly clear that the Asia Pacific is leading by example across both retail and wholesale CBDCs. If each country creating its own digital currency, then we're just recreating the same siloed system that we have in place today, which means that countries are not going to be able to use each other's CBDCs, the central bank digital currencies. Therefore, interoperability to facilitate cross-border transactions is key here. And this is where neutral bridge assets like XRP, which is an open source, public, and decentralized digital asset, can continue to play a role. So what we're seeing for XRP in ODL, which acts as a neutral bridge between currencies, we see the same use case for CBDCs where ODL can be used as a neutral bridge between those central bank digital currencies. That is really important because the next story is going to show you that Ripple is promoting the digital asset XRP with the digital pound. Let's take a look at that. Here we have a 52-page document. It is been prepared for the House of Lords, the Economic Affairs Committee, third report of the session 2021-22. It's Central Bank Digital Currencies, a solution in search of a problem, ? It was published on January 13th, and it is an introduction to central bank digital currencies. It looks at the risks. It looks at the next steps that are needed to be taken. And it has a very good summary and a conclusion. And in the conclusion, they provide many advantages, but also look at the significant challenges like privacy. So how to ensure strong privacy safeguards? That is a big question. With all the positive and negative aspects, I get the feeling that they are just not convinced. Now, when we look at the document that was from Ripple, and they helped to contribute to that report by the way of their written evidence here. You can see CDC 0034. I want to read just a little bit of this for you. You can see that Ripple recently announced a pilot of a private version of the XRP ledger. This is the CBDC private ledger. And it is based on the same blockchain technology that powers the XRP ledger, which has supported the management of billions of dollars of value over 8 years with no significant security or operational issues. The CBDC private ledger can be used for both payments and issuing currencies, and by leveraging the XRP ledger and associated Ripplenet technologies, commercial, financial institutions, and central banks are able to make cost-effective, reliable, and close to instantaneous payments, including at high volumes and for use cases such as micropayments. While the CBDC private ledger has been designed on the basis of an open source solution, Ripple has adapted it for use so that central banks can run a private network, allowing complete control over the system. And at the bottom here, you can see that Ripple believes that the private sector solutions, such as the use of the neutral bridge asset like XRP, supported by software solutions like the CBDC private ledger, could have an important role to play in supporting healthy liquidity markets that allow for frictionless and cost-effective value movement between new forms of digital money in real time, enabling the exchange of less liquid digital money pairs and increasing competition by lowering entry barriers to new and smaller market participants. I'll put a link to this in the description below, and I think anybody who wants to level up on their knowledge of CBDCs, this is a superb document. And here we have this last article, which is before the fluff, the non-US XRP investors petitioning for the congressional investigation of the SEC. Yeah, Forecast is one of the medias from Asia, and it's very good to see that this coverage is starting to occur outside of the Twitter bubble of the XRP community. For more than 17,000 people have signed the petition calling for the U.S. Congress to investigate the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission for impropriety and conflict of interest in bringing a lawsuit against Ripple Labs. I only have one little bit of a correction here that I want to point out. XRP is not a cryptocurrency that was mined, so they made a little bit of a mistake there. But what John is hoping for, and that would be attorney John Deaton, is hoping for that big round number of 25,000. He thinks that number is going to be likely the number needed to push Congress to take some action. I just want to say, good job, everyone. You're doing fantastic using that Connect to Congress form on the law-crypto.us website. And check out the last sentence here. In the 13 months since the lawsuit was filed, the price of XRP has actually risen 36% to around 61 cents. And I actually think it was 62 cents the last I looked today. All right, everybody, how about jumping to the fluff? Happy Lunar New Year, everybody. And if you are wondering what this picture is, this is an annual event that happens up in the Guma area near Takasaki. And it is the burning of the Dharma dolls. These Dharma dolls are good luck dolls. They actually are used to help achieve a wish or your goal. And you paint in just one eye. And when that wish comes true, or you have achieved that goal, you paint the second eye in. And then at the end of the year, you bring the Dharma doll to the temple, and the temple has a big bonfire, kind of sending those dolls off. And it is quite an event every year. It always has a lot of spectacular pictures of the fire. You can see on Twitter, there was no shortage of pictures of this annual event. It's kind of fun. This is a temple that has quite a history, and I think one of the most famous parts of its history is an architect that came and lived there from Germany and really had a huge impact on the people of Takasaki in that region. They just fell in love with him, and this German architect fell in love with Japan, and it's just a really great story. I'll put a link to it in the description below, and then I just want to leave you with a beautiful sunset picture today. Mount Fuji, you can see in the background, is just looking spectacular. This is over in the area of what's called Asakusa, and that's the Skytree Tower. And then there's the Tokyo Tower, which you can just see the tip of right here. But what a beautiful picture that is. It happened about 5 hours ago. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.